They say that behind every great man is an even greater woman, but in my case, I think it was the other way around. Behind my successful career as a diplomat was my amazing mother, who gave up everything to raise me and my siblings. She was our rock, but when she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, I felt like my world had crumbled. As her condition worsened, I had to make one of the toughest decisions of my life. Should I put my career on hold and move back in with my mom to take care of her? Or should I continue working and let someone else handle it? I agonized over this for months, knowing that either choice would come with its own set of challenges. My dad, bless his soul, had passed away a few years prior, and without him, I knew I couldn't do this alone. I had to find a way to honor my mother's sacrifice while also pursuing my dreams. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I turned to the one place I knew could help, the support group. The moment I walked through those doors, I felt a sense of relief wash over me. Here I was, surrounded by people who truly understood what I was going through. It was a lifeline, a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. Through the support group, I found a community, a village of caregivers who shared their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs. It turns out I wasn't alone in this journey. There were others who had made the tough decision to put their careers on hold to care for their loved ones. We shared tips and strategies, creating a roadmap for each other. Some days were harder than others. Of course, there were moments when I questioned my decision, when the weight of responsibility threatened to consume me. But then I de-talked to my friends in the support group, and they remind me why we were doing this. It was for our moms, for the women who had given us the gift of life and raised us with so much love and sacrifice. As I navigated through the complexities of Alzheimer's care, I realized something. My mother's illness had brought out the best in me. It had shown me the strength I didn't know I possessed, the resilience I'd need to draw upon during those tough times. It was like a hidden power within me, waiting to be unleashed. So here I am, standing before you today, not just as a child who lost her mother, but as a woman who found her strength, who found light in the shadows, who found hope in the darkness. My mother may have forgotten me, but I will never forget her. And to all the amazing women out there who are facing similar challenges, you are not alone. Reach out, connect with others, lean on each other. We are in this together. And in the darkest of times, remember, there is light if you just know where to look. This is the story of one family's fight against Alzheimer's. It's a story filled with love, loss, and hope. It's a story that I know will resonate with so many of you who are facing your own battles with this terrible disease. It's a story about finding light in the shadows. It's about the small victories that give us strength to keep going. It's about the power of love to heal and to comfort. I met this family through a mutual friend. They asked me to speak to their mother, who had been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. She was in the early stages of the disease, but it was already clear that she needed help. Her family wasn't able to provide the care she needed, and so she had to move into a care home. As someone who specializes in end-of-life care, I knew that I couldn't help her physically, but I could offer something else, something just as valuable, my companionship. Every week I would visit her in the care home, and we would talk about life, about her family, about her hopes and dreams for the future. As the disease progressed, it became more difficult for her to communicate, but her eyes, they still spoke volumes. They told me of a woman who was strong and graceful and full of love. One day, while visiting her, I noticed that she was agitated. She kept asking for her family, and I knew that I had to do something to help her. So I called her daughter. When the daughter arrived, my name is anonymous. I am a caregiver for my mother. My mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease about 4 years ago. It was a pretty typical progression. She was very high functioning. She was driving, she was working, and then suddenly, she wasn't. And then it went from there to not being able to really do anything. The hardest thing about a diagnosis like this is that there is no clear path forward. You have to create your own. My mom and dad moved in with us about 2 years ago, right before the pandemic, and so we were all sort of stuck at home. And I took on the role of being her primary caregiver. That meant a lot of doctor's appointments, figuring out medication management, making sure that she was eating right, making sure that she was exercising, which was really hard because she didn't want to exercise. But we got creative. We found ways to make it fun for her. And we also got her a dog, which was great because that gave her a sense of purpose, and it gave her something to look forward to every day. The biggest challenge, I think, for caregivers is the emotional toll that it takes on them. It's hard to see your parent go through this and to know that there's really nothing you can do to stop it. But I think what really helped me was connecting with other caregivers. When you talk to other people who are going through the same thing, it helps you feel less alone. It helps you feel like you're not doing this by yourself. There's a couple things that I would tell my younger self if I could go back. One would be to get more involved in her care sooner. And the second piece of advice would be to take better care of myself. Because it's really easy to get burnt out when you're taking care of somebody else. You have to make sure that you're eating right, you're sleeping enough, and you're exercising because you have to be healthy in order to take care of somebody else. My mom has taught me so much about strength and resilience. To watch her go from where she was to where she is now, she has taught me what it means to be strong, to never give up hope and to always keep fighting, even when it's hard. When I think about the future and where we're going, I don't know exactly what that looks like, but I do know that we will continue to find light in the shadows. We will continue to look for moments of joy and happiness, and we will continue to fight for a world without Alzheimer's. Thank you.